What's going on, guys? I'm that cologne guy, E. Actually, I'm gonna lay time to Saint God, and this is Simply Put Sense. And on this channel, as you already know, I like to talk about some of the best and worst fragrances on the market today. I am the Fragrance Ambassador of Bergdorfs Goodman, and my goal is to always introduce you to fragrances that you need to know about, not always fragrances you want to know about. At the end of the day, my goal is to inform, to educate, and to keep you entertained, talking about some of the awesomest fragrances you could possibly consider. I never want you to smell ordinary unless you want to, but there's always a time and place for everything. Thank you so much for joining Simply Put Sense, everyone. I'm here at the legendary Bergdorfs Goodman store. I wish I was at my regular location so I could show you the plaza and Central Park, but it is what it is. Hope you're all well. Thank you so much, Toby, for coming through, and everyone else who's lurking in the background. If you're not familiar with this channel, I would definitely subscribe. I don't get paid to talk about fragrance. I don't accept gifts or free perfumes to talk about fragrance. I do pretty well in my career. I just want to help, I even have an affiliate link because of the fact that I am a Bergdorfs Goodman. Because I'm the fragrance ambassador for the store, I'm allowed to, let's say, share a link with any of my clients who are not in New York City, and they can support my business here at Bergdorfs if I offer them suggestions they want to purchase. I don't even put that in my descriptions, and I've had that affiliate link for over 3 years. So that gives you an idea that I don't like to monetize people. If you want to support me, I'm grateful. But that's not my goal with this channel and with my audience here on Simply Put Sense. So I just wanted you to understand that. And again, thank you so much for joining. I would definitely subscribe because I know what I'm talking about. I know my stuff, you know what I'm saying? So thank you so much, guys, and I hope you're blessed. Today's video is all about my favorite fragrance house, Amouage. And my favorite house is definitely Amouage for a few reasons. I own more Amouage than any other brand. I probably own almost every fragrance they've made, mostly for men, especially. And I have a huge collection of Amouage perfumes, including their oils, their attars. Their attars are insane. And I love to bespoke. So I'll take some of their attars, throw 2 or 3 on, and then add the fragrance that I want to wear that day along with it. And no one smells me. No one smells like me. Oh yes, everyone smells me, but no one smells like me. And that's one of the things that I love about Amouage and what they offer. What's going on, Woody Pack? Thank you so much for coming through. Happy Saturday to you too, boss. Yeah, so Amouage is my favorite brand. Everything they do is insane to me. I find it very fascinating that a lot of people are knocking them lately because they are going in a different direction than they have in the past. So there are actually 3 eras of Amouage: the pre-Christopher Chong era, the Christopher Chong era, and then the Renaud Salmon era. And a lot of people are not a fan of the Salmon era. However, I think that it's a mixed bag, and I'm not mad at it. Some fragrances I love, some fragrances I don't from this new regime running Amouage. However, I do love that Amouage is offering something for everyone at this point. There was a time when Amouage, first of all, I will say this, Amouage, in my opinion, always had easier fragrances. It seems like as if a lot of people now think that everything is basic and commercial now, and that's so far not the case. That's so far from the truth. Amouage has always offered options that are easier to understand and relate to. That's nothing new, and it also gives you this mindset of everything doesn't have to be complex, crazily. Well, all their fragrances are complex, even if they are more relatable and more commercial. But everything doesn't have to be a science project. Some fragrances are just made to allow you to smell attractive. And some fragrances are made to allow you to smell memorable, and there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of both, you know what I mean? So yes, a lot of Amouage fragrances are more likable than previous iterations of their releases, that's not a bad thing. At the end of the day, I'm happy for Amouage as a brand because they are blowing up in ways they have never before. And honestly, I think the brand is worthy of the praise because they are insanely, insanely brilliant. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about 3 new Amouage fragrances that are from their sandalwood infused collection. I believe it's called, let's find out. I forgot the name of the collection. So Amouage did this interesting thing where they took many of their fragrances. They created a whole new line called the Essences. That's right. So the Essences are basically these ceramic bottles that kind of looks like they look like they belong in a bathroom, to be honest with you. They look like a bougie shower gel, a bougie hand lotion, a bougie, they don't look like fragrance bottles. However, I do like them. I've grown to like them a lot. They're glass bottles covered with like a ceramic coating. I've seen the original glass beneath the white coating. I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now. So, let's see. All right, this is gonna be interesting. Bottom line though, let me see. Bottom line though, they came out with these fragrances that have these really interesting ceramic shapes. I wish I had an option to show you in person. The bottom line though, they're fragrances that Renaud Salmon created with amazing chips of sandalwood. And the difference between how this collection, the Essences collection, was created was that he took old sandalwood chips, and instead of infusing it in the fragrance oils, which a lot of brands would normally do, he infused it in the alcohol. And so the alcohol is infused with this aged sandalwood note from natural sandalwood chips. All right. And then the fragrance oils was mixed with the alcohol, and it's a really, really unique experience. So everything from the Essences collection is infused with their very, very original, beautiful, unique sandalwood fragrance chips that were basically infused into the alcohol. Fascinating work, in my opinion. And I wanted to talk to you now, the fragrances that they've done, Luster, Reasons, and Outlands. Those were the first 3. Outlands is so insane, guys, that you cannot find that fragrance anywhere. It is sold out. It's hard to find worldwide. They are absolutely knocking it out. That fragrance is so sick, guys. I wore it one day after Bergdorfs. So I put it on around like 6 in the afternoon, 6 in the evening. Around like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I had to do something after work. I'm walking down the street around my neighborhood. And as I walked by a couple of people, I got around halfway down the street. I'm talking about well over 100 feet. And the couple that I literally walked by turned around, screamed at me, "Hey, sir." And I bugged out because I'm like, wow, I'm a sir now. Anyway, I turned around and I said yes, and they were like, "You smell amazing." And that was from wearing Outlands literally down the street. It is insanity, right? So a brilliant fragrance that is absolutely beautiful. A huge fan of that scent. And the other 2, Luster and Reasons, are a little bit more challenging, which I think is awesome, by the way. So all of the folks that are saying like Amouage is making a bunch of easy perfumes, I find that fascinating because out of the 3 fragrances that launched the Essence collection from Amouage, only one was likable. The other 2 were not as likable to most people. Now, people with niche taste, they get it. But a lot of people would smell those and think like, why would anybody wear that on purpose? Not that they smell very weird or animalic. They're just not, they just took a lot of I think they just took a specific type of taste to understand them. You know, they spoke a language not everyone can understand, but they're brilliant. That is the first three. They also came out with a fragrance. They've been absolutely going crazy. Outlands was done by Cecile Zarokian, one of my favorite perfumers of all time. She is a brilliant artist when it comes to dark notes. So Outlands was right up her alley. And Outlands also reminded me of like a Mugler fragrance. It had that Amen kind of vibe going on, but very, very upscale, less designer. Even though Amen is definitely more niche in today's context than it was when it first came out. So anyway, they came out with, after Outlands, Luster, Reasons, they also came out with a fragrance called Sinbad and Reception. Those are two scents I have not tried yet. I'm kind of curious to see how they are, but I have not tried them, unfortunately, so I can't really tell you about them. But they're insane, from what everyone says, at least. Now, I do have three fragrances that I did want to chat with you all about. They're not even released in the United States yet. I believe these are strictly in the Middle East currently, but they will likely filter outside into Europe, Asia, and the United States. And there are three scents, and these fragrances are called Remain, Sequence, and Line 618. Now, I don't have the full presentations of any of these fragrances. I do have two official samples from Amouage for Line 618 and Remain, as well as I guess you could say a vial of Sequence. And I want to thank my guy, Ben. The Ben Scented on Instagram is the gentleman that shared these with me. An amazing guy, really awesome person. We've been getting really friendly over the last few months, and Ben is awesome. Very, very knowledgeable. He knows his stuff. He loves fragrance. This is a gentleman who'll travel to experience perfume, and you cannot beat that type of passion. So he shared these with me, and I am excited to share them with you and to give you my impression about them. And yeah, I am excited, guys. So we're going to start with the first fragrance. It's going to be Sequence. And Sequence is interesting because, and I don't understand what is going on with I don't know what's going on with my, let's see. Nope. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on, why I can't show you my screen currently. Don't worry about it. It's all good. We'll just move past it. So I have Sequence here. I will let you know, I smelled all three. I loved Sequence amazingly the most. I liked all three of them, by the way. I think all three of them are wearable, purchasable. I think they're all fragrances that I would consider buying. But Sequence was so good to me. Sequence was special. And I want to go over this fragrance. Man. So I know for a fact Sequence is going to be the winner of the next three of these Essence fragrances between Line 618, Remain, and Sequence. Sequence will undoubtedly be the one people focus on out of this three. This is insane. It's so good. This fragrance features lychee, saffron, raspberry. In the top, heart notes, osmanthus, rose, tonka bean. Base notes, amberwood, leather, oud. I smelled the lychee immediately. The raspberry as well, along with the saffron. All three notes in the opening, your nose will notice. The lychee doesn't have a dirty armpit smell like some lychee fragrances have. Sometimes when I smell lychee, very highly concentrated, it smells like an armpit. It smells like a clean armpit that's going dirty, if you get my drift. There's something animalic about lychee fragrances when it's dialed up and heavy-handedly used in a fragrance, and thankfully that's not the case with Sequence. I don't like body odor fragrances, especially fruity body odor. Like, what's going on? Like, some grapefruit fragrances also kind of smell kind of stanky. Also, some pineapple fragrances. I've smelled a pineapple scent that was so disgusting. I'll never forget it. Me and Carlos smelled that fragrance a bunch of years ago. Rest in peace, Carlos. That literally smelled like a homeless vagina. It was horrible. So sorry I had to say it that way, but that's kind of what it reminded me of. So I'm scared of some pineapples when they're done in a really weird way. Anyhow, off that topic. But I do find that the heart notes of this fragrance is fascinating because it also features osmanthus. Osmanthus can also offer a fruitiness in a perfume. Osmanthus's fruit can be more peachy apricot, but with a leatheriness. So you get this leathery fruitiness from osmanthus. And also this fragrance features another fragrance ingredient that kind of can give off the scent of fruit, and that would be tonka bean. And tonka bean smells as if almonds and like a roasted almond and a dark cherry had a baby, so you get a really interesting fruity experience with spice, rose. The rose in this fragrance isn't over the top. It does have an aroma chemical, amber wood. Thankfully it's not all the way dialed up, and supposedly there's some oud here. There is nothing in Sequence that reminds me of oud. I mean, I get an oudy vibe, but it's not a dirty oud vibe. It's more Western, and that's a little disappointing. I wish this fragrance had more of a dirtiness to it, because man, is this beautiful. And with that extra funk, I think it would be more interesting. However, it makes, without that funk, this fragrance is a lot more wearable and will likely be a lot more palatable and a lot more sought after because it is just very attractive. Also, I think this scent can be worn by anyone, men or women. There's something about it that has a lipstickiness too. Like there's a waxiness of this fragrance, but that's coming from the leather. The leather in this fragrance is rich. Essentially, it's a fruity leather scent, done in a way that does not allow you to feel like it's masculine or feminine. To me, this isn't pretty and this isn't handsome. So in my opinion, when a fragrance is neither pretty or handsome, it's for everyone. Everyone will smell brilliant in this scent, in my opinion. I think this, oh man, I want to huff this. That's how much it is. That's how good it is, guys. Oh man. Yeah. This is major. This is good work. This is like for all those folks that are like, Amouage, they're so basic now, blah blah blah. Smell this. This is not basic. It's a lot. Like, I really like this. I really, really like this. And it doesn't smell like a common scent, even though it's using ingredients you've smelled done 1,000 times. Like, how many times have you smelled raspberry and leather in a fragrance, guys? Pretty much all the time. If you're into leather scents, you've smelled it often. This does not smell like those other ones, though. This has a way of being its own. This is in its own world, and that's what I find so lovable about it. So, Sequence, damn. Definitely getting a lady. I'm just going to put it out there. This fragrance deserves the lady. Let's go. Oh my God. And nothing is working. Nothing is working today. What is going on? Man, I swear to you guys, I need a producer. If y'all got the skill, let me know. I am a one-man show. I literally had to update this software, and I had to update my laptop. Apple just came out with a new update for the operating system. So yeah, my computer is bugging me out right now, but I'm not stressing it. I'm just gonna move forward. It is what it is. But damn, is this good? Damn, is this good? If you've not smelt this, I can't wait for you to smell it. I think this is gonna be the hit in the next 3 fragrances from the Essence collection. Whew. Oof. You're gonna notice this Essence fragrance will have like a red label on that kind of like cream looking bottle. You'll see. Good stuff. Anyway, the next fragrance I wanted to talk to you all about, this one is called Remain. I don't remember what Remain smells like. So, let's see. Oh, this is interesting. This smells powdery. I remember now, Ben was saying to me that this fragrance reminded him of Musk Ravageur. And when I smell it, I definitely get what he's talking about. Musk Ravageur from Frederic Malle has a dark thickness to it. No, excuse that. It's a fresher fragrance. It used to be darker, but it has like an airiness to it. There's air in it, and it has a lot of spice. Remain does smell like Musk Ravageur, but a lot deeper, denser, darker than Musk Ravageur. It's not fresh like Musk Ravageur can be. I feel like Musk Ravageur is a wearable fragrance all 4 seasons. This is definitely reading more of like a cooler weather vibe. So that's where they also differ. But I definitely get a little bit of that Musk Ravageur in this fragrance. But I have to say, if I didn't own Musk Ravageur, and I agree with this assessment because Ben shared it also, if I did not have Musk Ravageur, I would probably consider this first. This is good. Oh, yes, it reminds me of Musk Ravageur, the Remain fragrance from Amouage. But this ain't Musk Ravageur. This is going in a totally different direction. What is in this scent? So it starts off with bergamot and carrot. Heart notes, jasmine, vanilla, ylang ylang. Base notes, castoreum, frankincense, and sandalwood, of course. Brilliant. When you smell fragrances that feature ylang ylang and vanilla, sometimes, especially with jasmine, sometimes what comes into your mind is resort in a bottle stuff, you know, Soleil Blanc, Sun-Kissed Goddess, Soleil Soul, fragrances that smell like Love Delight by Amouage, fragrances that smell like the beach mixing with suntan lotion, that whole, you know, island tropical vibe. That's what a lot of fragrances featuring jasmine, vanilla, and ylang ylang right now are doing. This fragrance is not doing that. Fascinatingly though, this is another scent that I can see men and women wearing, even though it reminds me of Musk Ravageur, which is considered a very masculine fragrance experience. Remain is something I think anyone can wear also. But, oh, this is a sexy scent also. I feel like a lot of people are going to gravitate towards Sequence, but Remain should not remain ignored. I'm saying this fragrance is good, guys. Really, really good. And yes, again, that Musk Ravageur vibe is in the scent in a way. However, it's not a dupe or a copy of Musk Ravageur. I don't feel like this fragrance is trying to be Musk Ravageur, but it's definitely standing on that Frederic Malle shoulder and taking the vibe in a different direction, which I'm not mad at, and I don't have a problem with. When fragrance brands do counterfeit stuff, that's annoying to me. But when a perfumer is inspired by a fragrance and takes that experience somewhere else from what you expected, that's, in my opinion, worthy of consideration and not duping or counterfeiting. I don't like counterfeits. I don't like dupes. Dupes are counterfeit perfumes. I just don't like them. And I've grown to not like them over time based on the experiences I've had with them. All my dupe fragrances don't smell as good as they originally did. Most of them, many of them have gone bad over the years when I first had them, and I don't wear them now. Like, they become my toilet fresheners or my air fresheners in a bathroom. I don't wear them. And also, I have to say, because they're cheap, I don't value them. So I treat them like whatever. Like, I spray them like air fresheners. And to be honest with you, I purchased a Creed air freshener that is more expensive than a couple of these dupes. So now I'm in that mindset of like, I don't even want to put them on my skin because I don't trust what's in them. So I spray the curtains, I spray the pillows, I spray the toilet with my dupe fragrances. Sorry guys, that's just, it is what it is. But anyway, back to this. Not a dupe of Musk Ravageur, definitely maybe inspired by it, but doing something totally different from that and doing it brilliantly. I love the way this smells. And this is also something I think a lot of people can appreciate. I think this is also going to do well. Probably not as well as Sequence because, damn, Sequence is good. It's very plummy also. This reminds me of dark fruit like plums and blackberries. Like, this is so damn nice, guys. But I also love Remain. This is sick. So anyway, the last one I wanted to talk to y'all about, this is their fragrance called Line 618. And Line 618 is completely different from what I expect from Amouage. I'm not gonna lie, when I first smelled it, I was kind of like, this is Amouage? Not something I know Amouage to do. This is so interesting though. So this is the freshest scent of the three. Oh, so when I smell Line 618, I get the scent of fig, and there's no fig in this scent. Amouage doing a fig fragrance, right? But there's no fig in this scent. None. Not that I know of, but damn does it smell figgy, you know what I mean? Like if you told me this was a fig fragrance, I would absolutely not question you. It's very green. It's juicy. There's a fruitiness to it. It's refreshing. Oh my God. Shop with me, boss. What's a good online shop to buy from? Bergdorf.com. But let me send you a link. Text me here, boss. So for all of you who are interested in using my services at Bergdorf's, which is basically my expertise, I don't have a bias because I don't work for any of these brands. So I'm very transparent. So you can always reach me at 929-316-6315. 929-316-6315. Also, you can use that number to request samples. If I can make them for you, I'm sending them. I really, really appreciate my audience, and it's a way for me to thank you for being so awesome. So feel free to use my number. Or even if you have a question, shoot one, and I'll definitely answer it back. But anyway, back to Line 618. Line 618 is insanely green, guys. Again, green, and more green. What's in this scent? Frankincense in the opening, milky notes, peach, pineapple, plum. This has plum in it. This has peach. This is insane. Heart notes, heliotrope and pine. Base notes, leather and sandalwood. I am blown away by that because the pine is very, very clearly what's giving it the greenness that I'm smelling. I can get the milky notes. The milkiness of this scent is definitely, it's creamy. It's very creamy. And there is a fruitiness. It doesn't smell, I don't understand how this ain't fig. Just don't, like, this is insanely interesting how the opening experience of this fragrance has a fig-like vibe. It's really awesome. Like a creamy, figgy sandalwood fragrance. Beautiful. And the leather in this scent is definitely noticeable as well. So in Remain and in all three of these fragrances are leather forward. And that's the thing I love about Amouage. They'll take a note and really run it into the ground, but every time they recreate an experience with that major note that they're like doing over and over and over again, the fragrances don't feel redundant or samey. You know what I mean? They all are unique, substantial experiences that are distinct. These don't blend into each other at all. And I really like this because I could see this being a fall spring option. There's nothing in the Amouage collection that is in this world, although it can give that green, fresh energy of existence, but I do like this a lot better than existence. Existence, I enjoy, especially as it dries down. The beginning of existence is a little bit over the top for my taste. It feels like it's doing a lot, right? But once that fragrance settles, it smells like you had the best, most expensive bath ever, and you took it out the house with you for another like 6 to 7 hours. It's a really, really, really beautiful experience, but a lot of people will not have the patience for it because the opening is a little bit all over the place. I'll put it that way. It's a lot, it's a lot. And this is not. This is just enough, man. And this is a really, really beautiful experience as well. I am blown away by all three. I think this 3 will do a lot better than the original 3. I'm really curious about reception in Sinbad, however. It seems like Amouage created 5 new fragrances to go with the original 3. Again, Luster, Reason, and Outlands. The next 5, Sinbad, Reception, Sequence, Remain, Line 618. Yeah, that's really nice. So, in my opinion, all 3 fragrances that they launched are worth knowing about, worth owning, and worth trying. I would try each and every one of them. They don't feel, again, like they step on each other's toes. They all have their own lane, and they're doing it well. Sequence, I really like Sequence, but it's between Sequence and Remain as my favorite of the bunch. I really like Remain. I really don't know which one I like more between Remain and Sequence. I think they're both beautiful. Damn. The Sequence though, guys. But the Remain though, right? Oh man. Okay, so again, all 3 you must get your nose on if you get an opportunity to try them. If you folks are traveling to Europe, you're so lucky because you get these, or if you're in the Middle East, you're lucky as well because you will be able to purchase them now without the wait. These are not available in the United States, so I'm talking about them before a lot of people have an opportunity to smell them. So I wish we were selling them at Bergdorfs. I would be shocked if we don't have them by next year. But yeah, they're all good, guys. I think all of them are worth your experience, worth your time. All 3. Damn, I want to put one of these on, but I don't know which one to put on, guys. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's when you're like, damn, which one? I would literally own all 3. And at this stage in my fragrance journey, I am not the fragrance slut I used to be. Like, I am not. Like, I am a lot more discerning. Not everything I like I want to buy these days, but I want to get all of them. I think all 3 of them are so unique for what I have, right? I don't have a fragrance that has this musk ravageur vibe that has that thickness and density to it. Like, this is seriously beautiful. Seriously beautiful. I would buy all 3, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, all 3. All 3 are worthy of the lady, guys, and all 3 of them are worth your time. Yes, they do get the lady, Jason. I wish my computer was doing right by me today, and you would have seen her by now. But my computer is acting a fool. Anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, like, you know what it is, bro? I think because, like, I just updated my computer, I got to do a few things to figure it out. And I'm live right now, so I don't want to waste my time trying to, like, do it while you guys are here. But out of these 3, which is the most manly, Jacobs? I would say Remain. But Sequence is also kind of handsome too. I mean, I think all three men and women can equally wear, but I will say the most handsome, probably Remain. The Musgrave Azure Bob one. But I would get all three. I'm going to just be honest with you. Line 618 is probably the most feminine friendly, but it doesn't smell feminine. It's very abstract. It's very niche. I mean, anyone can wear this. It doesn't smell, none of these, by the way, smell perfumey, thankfully. I really love Sequence. I love all three, guys. I got to be honest. I'm a little bit, I love all three. I would literally purchase all three of them. Because I think all three are worthy of owning. I think all three smell great. I would love to put these on and see how long they last, but I noticed that Sequence wears a very long time. I could smell that on my skin for a minute. But I really want to get into Remain and Line 618 to see what they're doing on my skin in terms of longevity. If these fragrances do get past 7 hours, I would want to buy them all. I really would. So definitely all three, in my opinion, deserve the lady. I wish I had her now with me to show you, but you can imagine these all are insane. I do have a little bit of bonus content real fast to share with you all, because I do have an appointment with a client at 4 p.m. I'm doing a couple sessions in Bergdorfs, and if this sounds interesting to you, you let me know, because I would love to work with you as well. So I have a couple coming to Bergdorfs, and I offer a very unique experience here at Bergdorfs due to my expertise and knowledge of scent. So I basically take these two people, walk them around the store. I get an idea what one of them likes. I get an idea what the other likes in terms of their personal taste and fragrance. Walk them around the store, find 3 fragrances that one partner enjoys, 3 fragrances that the other partner enjoy, and then the twist of this experience is partner A chooses the scent for partner B, partner B chooses the scent for partner A. And these become the fragrances that they wear on their date nights, special occasions, anniversaries, things that they're doing together that's special and worthy to remember, because these will become the fragrance equivalent of like the soundtrack of your union. You know what I mean? So that's the cool thing about the experience I offer. It is major work. It is fun. I always enjoy doing it. The couples always find that they not only learn a lot about their own taste, but they learn a lot about their partner's taste, because you basically are in the experience of smelling what they love. So it really, really helps when you're considering gifts in the future without wanting to like give it away that you're doing like a surprise present for someone. But it's also a fun day date where you get to experience fragrance, sip on some champagne at Bergdorfs while we smell some really, really, really amazing fragrances. And I also find the experience really, really awesome. It's about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the amount of time you might need. But yeah, if you're a couple and you want to have that experience at Bergdorfs, I would absolutely enjoy sharing it with you, because it is fun. It is never work for me. And I really do find it it's a sweet gesture, in my opinion, to smell like your partner enjoys you to smell. You know, it sets up a certain mood, sets up a certain vibe, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's really sweet. So that's something that I'm doing at 4 o'clock, actually 4:30 in a few minutes, not too long. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, we could do it with candles too, Jay. Absolutely, Jason. He said candles too, for sure. I definitely know my fragrance candles very well, so I would definitely be able to assist you with that as well. But typically, it's for people who want to choose a fragrance that they can wear. But I could do the same experience with candles as well. You know. But yeah, guys, and I also want to share with you a bonus scent. First of all, I got to tell you all again about this fragrance from Initio, the new launch from Initio called "Can't Get Enough." I'm gonna let y'all know I can't get enough. I am absolutely super impressed by the new release from Initio. Now, a lot of people will smell this fragrance and they will say it's not special, it's not all that, it's blah, 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 blah. I will let you all know I don't find this fragrance to be some artisanal masterpiece. What this fragrance is lovely to experience. When you want to wear something that just smells beautiful, not trying to smell beautiful, you just smell effortlessly attractive. That's what Can't Get Enough does for you. It comes across like a fruity fragrance. This scent smells like all kinds of fruit, but there's not one fruit in this note according to the brand Initio. Not one fruit in this fragrance, but it features pink pepper, rose absolute, caramel, vanilla, tonka bean, and hedione. I love the way this smells. Essentially, it's a thick, jammy rose fragrance that will trick your brain into thinking it's a fruitier rose scent. It's not. It's thick, it's creamy, it's insanely well made. It has a long-lasting livability on your skin. I also love the fact that it's wearable all year. I would wear this in the summer nights, not in the summer days, because it will probably choke people out. And if it's humid, I probably wouldn't wear it at all. Dry heat, this will get on my skin though, and this is sick work, guys. Can't Get Enough by Initio. You need to smell this if you just like attractive fragrances that are easy to compliment and appreciate. Like, this is not a wow factor masterpiece fragrance that will allow you to smell like a work of art. No, this is something you wear when you just want to smell good to everyone in the room with you, because this smells insanely good. I'm not a fan of the fragrance before this that they released. Shucks, what was that fragrance called? Hold on real quick, guys. The fragrance that I'm not a fan of is called, let's see, Release. So I'm not as much of a fan of Lift Me Up. Lift Me Up is one of those suntan lotion in a bottle, beachy, tropical in a bottle fragrances, but it's very been there, done that. Like, think salty jasmine. Lift Me Up is, well, no, I don't even think it has jasmine. It's magnolia and ylang ylang with vanilla and tonka bean. So it's very expected, you know. I would say that Can't Get Enough is unexpected. I've not smelled this outside of Initio. This smells kind of new. I've never smelled anything like this, you know. So I find this fragrance to be distinct, even though it's easy to like. It's a very commercial leaning scent. I think people will easily want to wear this and want to smell like this and want to compliment this. So it's easy to like, but yet it's elevated at the same time. I'm just a huge fan of Can't Get Enough. It's a little sweet though, and it can come across a little pretty to some men, but I would definitely suggest, if you're a guy, put this on, thank me later. Go out on a date with this, thank me later. It's super sexy. Also want to talk to you all about this bad girl, bad boy, bad whoever, because anyone can wear this also. This is Vanilla Powder by Matière Première. Matière Première is one of my favorite brands in perfume right now. I feel like Matière Première is just excellent. I have been trying to get Matière Première in Bergdorfs for the last 3 years, and finally we have them, and I am super excited because I feel like this perfume is brilliantly done. Vanilla Powder, the extrait version, is like a brilliant, dark, woody, dry vanilla. So whereas Can't Get Enough has a creaminess to it, has a warm thickness to it, Vanilla Powder Extrait has a woody dryness to it. This vanilla feels dusty. This vanilla feels jammy or thicker or warmer or more viscous or more syrupy, you know, jammy, bottom line. This, however, though, totally different. much more dry, like the original vanilla powder. It's as if you taken vanilla bean, grinded it into a dust, and then sprinkled it over an old book. That is the vibe of the vanilla powder. I'm a huge fan of this. It is intense, long lasting, very, very unique in the world of perfume. It's trendy in the fact that this fragrance is helping to create more of that dark, woody vanilla trend that's not so sweet. It's a vanilla fragrance that does not remind people of cookies, cupcakes, cake. It's not a gourmand vanilla. It smells like, as I mentioned, like if you take vanilla dust, sprinkle it over an old book, and took a deep inhale. It is insane. Hopefully you don't get vanilla dust up your nostrils. That's not the vibe, but you get my point, right? It's a really, really beautiful dry vanilla with the woody touch that is very haunting when you wear it into a room, because it's one of those scents that just lingers and it leaves trails and people will wonder what you're wearing. It's modern vanilla. So vanilla powder is insane. It came out in 2025 this year. The extrait version is beautiful. The longevity of this fragrance is next level. So you have bourbon, vanilla absolute, white musk, palo santo, Venezuelan tonka bean absolute, and coconut. And thankfully, this is not a overly coconutty fragrance. If you smell this and think it's going to smell like a coconut bomb, it won't. The coconut is so well blended into the fragrance, you're going to swear you're just smelling vanilla. And I feel like the coconut has that woodiness that kind of reminds you of paper. It adds to this. It's almost like you're smelling the inside, the white aspect of the coconut, as well as the husk itself. Brilliant, 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 brilliant fragrance by the House of Matière Première. So Matière Première is done by one of the best perfumers in the world of perfume. He needs to be a lot more visible. He should be doing everyone's fragrances like Coton Biche. I feel like Aurélien Guichard is one of the best perfumers in the world of fragrance right now. His entire line from Matière Première is worth owning. Like every fragrance this brand makes is a buy, in my opinion. And that's the reason why I was so excited to ask our buyers and to get our buyers to consider this as a brand to house at Bergdorf's. It's special. I was kind of annoyed that Saks got the first dibs on it though, because it was exclusive for a while. But finally we have it, and I am super glad we do, because this right here ain't no joke. And their other fragrances are insane also. Encens Suave, like Santal Astral, the original vanilla powder, Radical Rose, Parisian Musk, Crystal Saffron. Crystal Saffron Extrait is crazy, guys. Like insane. Like they just know what they're doing. Like that brand and that perfumer, that creative director, he knows what he's doing. It's almost like he made that brand for fragrance collectors and fragrance enthusiasts. It wasn't like a brand he made for the masses. It's like he made that fragrance to show that you can be interesting and commercial at the same time. You don't have to sacrifice. So brands like his, Marc-Antoine Barrois, and Ex Nihilo, to me, they're doing an excellent job of proving you can be unique and sell perfume. You don't have to sacrifice creativity to make money off your bottles. And they are all great examples of that. If you're into them, you have great taste. Not just say that because I like them, but I just feel like if you like this brand, you get it. You just get it. You just get it. So yeah, I had to talk about these two because man, I love them, and I really, really love them. So yes, get your nose on Can't Get Enough, the newest fragrance from the House of Initio, my favorite. So Initio, people hate and people love, but I love Initio. I think Initio does a really, really good job of creating fragrances that have presence, and some of their fragrances have a really unique perspective. I love Absolute Aphrodisiac, Atomic Rose, Oud for Greatness, brilliant fragrance. And Oud for Greatness mixed with Radical Rose, or Oud for Greatness, with Radical Rose, with Atomic Rose, sick combo. Atomic Rose with Can't Get Enough. Woo-hoo-hoo. get your nose on that. Remember, this is essentially a rose fragrance. So you mix atomic rose with this. You're not flipping it and making it weird. You're just adding a dark element to this experience or a fruitier element to that one. Sick combination, guys. Just try it and let me know what you think. So that's what I got for you all today. I want to thank you all again. Thank you so much for checking out this live. I hope you're all very, very well. Let me see. Have you experienced elemental fragrances? Yes, I have experienced elemental fragrances. I'm a huge fan of the gentleman that runs the company. I think he's a really cool man. I think he's a great guy. I met him at Bergdorfs and thought he was really, really amazing. He sent me a lot of his perfumes that he offers, and I received them. And, you know, because he wanted me to check them out and see if they were something that I can imagine being here at Bergdorf Goodman. I do find his fragrances, a lot of them, to be really nice. And I find a few of them to be a little bit not so nice, you know, being honest. I feel like a lot of, I asked him a few questions that I didn't receive the proper answer to, or the answer that I wanted to hear, I'll put it that way. And it made me a little bit, you know, side-eye, like, but the gentleman is excellent as in terms of he's a great person, very smart businessman. There's certain things I would do a little bit differently. I feel like there's way too many fragrances from the brand. I feel like the quality level and the packaging can also improve, but that's not an issue. I think that there's way too many options. I would edit it down and make it a little less, you know, too many SKUs is not a good thing for a small new company. So I would edit them, only focus on the best ones, maybe reformulate them to make them a little bit more dynamic, because I find that a few of them smell the same from the beginning to the end. They don't really move too much, but overall, I feel like they're very, very nice experiences, depending on the scent you're considering. So yeah, I do find that it's a great young new brand. I think they have some potential. I would just like to see him kind of improve certain things, get certain things a little bit more focused. And I think he has a really, really great opportunity to make a mark in this industry. How do you rate the new Initio? In terms of can't get enough, to me, can't get enough. Composition wise, fragrance experience, from an artistic perspective, it's about a 7.5, close to an 8. From a scent perspective, I feel like this fragrance smells really, really attractive. So from a wearability, likability place, I would say this fragrance is a 9. You know, it's not art, but it is super, super lovely and attractive. So that's what I would say about Initio's newest fragrance, Can't Get Enough. And what do I feel about Kajal? Just blind bought 2 fragrances. What's going on, Muggs? My feeling about Kajal. So I feel like Kajal is a nice brand also. So some of these brands I feel like need someone like myself on their team. Someone who knows the fragrance market, understands demographics, understands the fragrance business, has the ability to be able to help brands differentiate from formulas that are already out versus the formula that they're considering for their releases. They need people, I think, who understand and love fragrance and have a passion for perfume. I feel like a lot of these brands hire people to get the, I don't think the people running these brands understand fragrances as well. But I do like Kajal. There's a few things that I'm not a fan of. I don't like their bottles. I think their bottles are kind of ugly. But I do like some of the fragrances that come out their bottles. A lot of their fragrances offer a Middle Eastern style. They're very Middle Eastern coded, and I believe they're from the Middle East itself. I do think Kajal is another brand with a lot of potential to do great things. I think a lot of their fragrances are definitely attractive. So there's a few that I really, really, really liked. I think they came out with a couple of fruity options recently that were wearable and likable. In the same way as I feel about Can't Get Enough, they're not like artistic experiences, but they just do a great job for you if you want something likable, wearable, with some performance. Kajal does well. You can't go wrong. Thank you, Jason. I think I would be there's a couple of brands that I'm gonna be working with in the future that want to use my expertise to assist them in avoiding mistakes a lot of these brands are making. There's a lot of trust fund babies that want to take their money and invest in a brand because they want clout. They want to open up a business. They love fragrance. They like fragrance, but they don't know what they're doing. So I'm meeting a lot of people who would like to use me as a consultant, and I'm considering it because I think I can help a lot of people, a lot of companies avoid mistakes because too many new brands are choosing fragrances from companies and perfumers that smell too close to what's already out. And a lot of these perfumers and, Givaudan, these are companies people will take advantage of your ignorance if you're a creative director or a brand owner that doesn't understand the fragrance market, the fragrance world, the fragrance business. They will literally give you, Lamal, a version of Y or a version of Lamal, and you think you have something special and you literally smell like Sephora. So that's the problem with a lot of fragrance brands. They don't have the right team to choose the right fragrances for their market and their audience. So that's what I feel about a lot of these brands. They could use me. I was gonna be, a long time ago, actually like a couple of years ago, I was told that Kajal were looking for assistance in that way. And I wish I met them then. Anyway, guys, that's my spiel. It was great to chat with you all. I hope you're all blessed. If you have any questions, you know who to talk to. If you want anything from Bergdorf Goodman, you know who to talk to. That's my card. That's my number. And if you need it and you can't see it, it's 929-316-6315. That is my Bergdorf Goodman business number. You can text it, WhatsApp it, question. I am open to them. Advice, I'll give them if you ask me. And if you want to spend money with me and you want my experience, I will absolutely assist you in smelling amazing, but never basic. And ignore this email, just call my phone. All right, guys, it was a pleasure. Hope you're blessed. Hope you're having an amazing rest of your weekend. And I look forward to seeing you again. I'm going to be talking about the new Loewe drops. They just dropped 3 seriously expensive fragrances. And I want to talk about them in the direction they might be going in. It'll be fun. So I'll see you next time. It was a pleasure. I hope you're all blessed. And yes, the maker, thank you, Jason. I definitely assisted them in choosing the Lover and getting the Lover fragrance to be more perfected. That Lover scent from the maker, still one of the best fig fragrances I own, just saying. And it's under $200. You must smell Lover if you like fig. It's brilliant. Fig and sandalwood, you cannot go wrong. Guys, again, thank you so much. Hope you have a blessed one. I'm Alayton, the Scent God, and this is Simply Put Sensa. And I'm Simply OUT, guys. Peace.